The Fast and the Furious franchise, with over 10 different movies, it has been going as a cult classic franchise for all things cars and car related. And the first installment of that was The Fast and the Furious. So today I'm going to be going into The Crew 2 and recreating the most iconic Fast and Furious cars. What's going on? My name is Sid, and yes, like I said, today we're going to be going into The Crew 2 and recreating the most iconic Fast and Furious cars. Now, first thing, there is 5 cars that I could find that I can recreate in The Crew 2. However, that would make the video too long. So, this is going to be split into 2 parts, and I'm in fact going to be doing a long as hell series on every Fast and Furious movie in order. Of course, where I watched the movie first before making it, just because, you know, I want to be accurate. But in this episode, we're going to be doing Leon's Skyline, Dom's RX-7, Brian's Eclipse, and then in the end, we're going to be recreating the race between the RX-7 and the Eclipse in The Crew and seeing who actually comes out on top. Plus, if you want to see these 2 that are on screen right now, that will be in part 2, which will come out Monday. So, subscribe with notifications on for that. And here we are, the first car, the Skyline GTR. Now, this is the R34 model that I'm going to be customizing today. The model in Fast and Furious is the Nissan Skyline R33. So this is the closest that we can get, and this first hood right here, I've already looked through most of them, and that's definitely the closest we can get. Now, it's not wide-bodied, and yes, this was Leon's. Rims are those. Those rims are interesting, because they're not any official rims, but I recognize them. I think we have those rims in the Crew. Okay, this is close, and I think it may be the closest we're gonna get. Yes, this is the closest we're gonna get. They're pushed in, they've got the bolts around the outside, they've got the same shape, so this is what we're gonna be going for. And yes, as you can see, I have made the, you know, the size of the rims a bit bigger, because that's closer to what it is in the Fast and the Furious, which I did watch yesterday, actually, just so I was really freshened up. Now, the side skirts definitely need to be lower. That is way too high compared to what it is in the movie, as well as this, I guess we shall leave. Now, spoiler, this is interesting. So, it's not the stock spoiler. We need... Is it this? It's this. It's this spoiler. Oh, this spoiler has carbon fiber. Oh, no. This is good. This is close, but the problem is it's not the right spoiler. Why have they made it carbon fiber? We have this, which I guess we're going to have to... Oh no, I wish I was live, and then I could ask people whether they are okay with it being carbon fiber, but the right spoiler, or not carbon fiber. And in my opinion, carbon fiber ruins the car more, in my opinion. So we're gonna go with no carbon fiber. Now, what exhaust are we looking for? One large exhaust there, essentially. Wait. Okay, that comes out a bit too low. Can we get the single exhaust, but without the skirt coming down on the side? Ooh, we can't. So I guess we'll go with this. This is the closest we can get it. We shall go with these headlights. And there we go. Let's change the color of it because it is yellow in the movie. I believe, yes, we do have the stock yellow color. And now let's find this. Now, it's gonna be hard because, as you can see, the GTR owned by Brian, of course, played by, rest in peace, Paul Walker, that one is way more iconic than this thing. So unfortunately, I don't even know if we're going to be able to find one, in all honesty. I hope we can. Another Paul Walker Skyline, another Paul Walker Skyline, another Paul Walker Skyline. Oh, another Paul Walker Skyline. Okay, let's find the one we're looking for. Ooh, there we go. Now, no need to worry as well, as I will be doing Paul Walker Skyline in that movie when it comes up, because I want to do them in order, of course. And here we go, vanities. Now, I won't be putting any, sort of outwards vanities, so like underglows, tires, and stuff like that. We'll keep the tires stock. However, I will be putting stuff like smokes and nitros because, you know, they only show up in a race, and I do want to add a bit of finesse to these things. So we'll go with yellow smoke because I don't think any other smoke would really work. Yeah, yellow it is. Now, do we go with yellow nitro or something a bit more interesting? I think, oh, we do have yellow prismatic, but I think we'll go with the dark yellow instead. Where is it? Oh, that's dark orange. Oh, no, we do have a dark yellow too, though. Okay, there we go. Dark yellow. Underglow, there is no underglow on the thing. We will black out the windows, of course, part of the street racing scene, and no topper. That is this thing customized. So, let's get some parts on it, and let's whack it into a race. And here we go. She looks nice. There we are. Oh, especially in the race right now. Wow. Okay. Now, I've never been, like, too amazing of a fan of the old, the GTR. The newer GTR was my dream car at one point. This older one, I sort of never tickled my fancy. I could always admit that the 34 was a good-looking car. However, I wasn't really too about it, but, oh, can I really see it now? Like, oh, I am seeing it in this thing right now. Like, it's a cool looking car. The yellow is definitely an interesting color, but it is it works. It works. Now again, the one in the movie was a 1995 Nissan Skyline GTR R33. Although we don't have that model, this is my best attempt of it using the R34. Now I watched the movie yesterday, and to be honest, it's actually it's good. It's good. It does encompass a lot of stuff about like just racing and car culture. And if anything, it's a, what have I done to the front of it? Jesus. Oh, no. Okay, that's what I've done. It is a shame to, you know, look back at those old movies that seem to just care about street racing so much. And then to think that, like, while I'm watching this, technically, because of retcons, Dom has a brother that he's just not mentioning and his sister doesn't mention, or, like, his dad died in, like, a car bomb or something. Or, like, there's, like, a superhuman, the guy from Hobbs and Shaw? I don't know. It's just so goofy to think of the series now that they're taking hits from, like, power wrenches and being thrown off 10-story buildings and landing as if nothing happened and going to space or something. I don't know. I haven't watched Fast 9. Okay, I'm gonna have to for this video, but I don't want to. But yeah, it's just a shame. It's just a shame to look at how fun and just sort of silly and goofy and lighthearted. Well, lighthearted. There was a fair few darker tones, but you know, just fun. There's the old movies were. There's a bit of a mockery of a series nowadays. But yes, we have in that series some cool JDMs. The later movies sort of more focus on just general car culture. The original movies really focus on that JDM stuff, as well as a bit of muscle, of course, and pitting the two together, some JDM and some muscle up against each other, which you guys will see in the episode 2. Now, you'll notice the event I picked was Coastal Range to LA, because LA is where the 2001 The Fast and the Furious was set, where Dominic Toretto's base of operations is, where the motorbike gang are, where Brian is working as a police officer until, of course, outed. It's all here in LA, and that's where we're going to be doing the events for the other cars as well. Okay, it's an interesting car to drive. The rims are actually, in all fairness, I'd say the rims work surprisingly well. But yeah, it's an interesting car to drive because, I mean, it's not good, but I really am growing to love how it looks. Like, I can imagine, you know, players playing with this thing just for the sake of playing with it after watching The Fast and the Furious. You know? You know. But yes, let's move on to the next thing. The next thing on our list is the RX-7, that being Dom's RX-7. Yes, do we have the red? We do. There we go, right off the bat. Now, we're going to have to see how well we can do this, because yes, of course, through most of the film, Dominic Toretto is running an RX-7. Now, we do actually have to deal with the same issues here, with the fact that, unfortunately, the crew forces you to have a lip at the bottom of the car. You may have noticed it for the last one as well. It's an issue that we have to deal with, is that most of the customization parts that we have a lip forced upon you. And that is probably the closest we're going to get for that. There's no wide body again. Oh, the rims. Is there even a picture of the rims? I have no idea what those rims are. Is there promotional images of the car? No, there's a recreation in, like, Forza that uses some interesting rims. Okay, yes, someone recreated the car in Forza Horizon, and these seem to be the rims they went with. And it's on the official Fast and Furious wiki for the car, so I guess we're gonna have to go with that. Now, what do we have for skirts? Now, the skirt, I believe, is just gonna be stock, yes. Rear fender, of course, no wide body, even though the wide body does look good on the Mazda. And he has a black spoiler, like that. However, that is carbon fiber. There's this, which is actually pretty good, except for the fact that it's not black. Now, again, it's that same dilemma of, do we go for the carbon fiber? I think we're gonna have to go with that and just hope the livery that we choose does have the black on it. Now, in this one, again, like the last one, the exhaust is in the same place. We need an exhaust with one big exhaust, like this, on that side. Now, can we actually do that? Oh, I'm so sorry. This is the best we can do. That's that. Oh, I don't like that. I really don't like that. But you know, I guess it works. Looking directly at the back of the car, I guess it's the best we can do. And now, how hard would... Oh, I was gonna say how hard it would be to find the livery. We've got the livery, but you know what? I think I can find a more accurate one. Let's go hunting. Ooh, now of all the liveries, this is the only one to actually go onto the front bumper. And I'm not gonna lie to you, although the Vale side, sorry I can't pronounce that, but unfortunately that is very inaccurate. But I'd say just for the fact that the front is better there, all of them just don't bother putting anything on the front, even though the car does have stuff there. This is close enough. Of course, again, it's one of the harder things to make, and it's missing a little bit too, but it's better than the other ones, in my opinion, and this is the one we're gonna go for. And the vanities, we're gonna go with red smoke. We're gonna go with some good red nitro, like the Japanese nitro. Now, Dom does actually have red underglow on this thing with blacked out windows, and that is that. And there you go. Pretty goddamn simple. Let's take her into a race. Here we go. Boys, the amount I've gone through for this video. I woke up late and I had to film it quickly before stream, and then it overran. It was like filming for like an hour or an hour and a half. And I even got vintage in on for the last bit, which I will again. Then my PC crashed just before the filming finished. And here, I then had to go do something after the first clip I recorded. And then it started snowing, so I had to sit here, couldn't record. And finally, boys, we are back here with Dom's RX-7. Yes, this is the car he uses for a larger majority of the film. He does use his iconic Charger later into the movie. However, for the most part, and what he races Brian's Eclipse with, was this RX-7. Now, his was a 1995 model of RX-7. The one we have in the game, I believe, is the 2001 model. Sorry, no, his was the 1993. And although this is the closest I can get to that RX-7, of course, that being his being the FD version, and now using the stats as I will for the Eclipse as well, only from the actual movie version, not the one I'm using. It is a 1.3 liter twin turbo 255 PS twin rotor engine with a Vileside USA aero body kit, rear wing Lexan light headlight covers. Now, I'm not too sure on the headlights. Personally, I much prefer the pop-up headlights. Now, obviously, the front bumper is if I judge you the crew one, it's basically inaccurate because it's nothing like the one in the actual movie. Now, there is little things like this rear bumper, although in many aspects very different. The fact they have the little things does make me think they knew what they were doing, because obviously they couldn't get the license because Fast and Furious owned the license, so it sort of has to be the GTA version of Dom's RX-7. And also, we couldn't end up getting a black spoiler, so we have gone with this instead. It's close. And in all honesty, I'm not actually sure which would come out on top, this or the Eclipse. I guess we'll find out once we have it. The rims are close. I think they definitely look a lot different in-game to how they do on, screenshots of the movie. And the RX-7 was one of my more preferred cars as a young'un. Back when I first got into sort of, the Crew 2, the JDM cars. I noticed how the RX-7 was always really prominent whenever the word drifting was mentioned. If there was drifting, there was probably a wide-bodied yellow RX-7 also within the same imagery. And you know what? It stuck out for me. It stuck out for me. So I did like the RX-7 a fair bit. And you know what? It's a nice little piece here. Honestly, personally, driving it wise, I much preferred the Skyline that I made to the RX-7. However, the RX-7 is that little bit more iconic, especially considering it's the top livery on the RX-7. So clearly people like it, but on to the next thing. And the next thing is Brian's Eclipse. Now, this thing does get ruined in the movie. It gets absolutely pummeled by, of course, the biker gang. But it does remain iconic in the fact that it is like the first car you see in the entire movie. And also, seeing as we only have 10 front bumpers, yeah, this one's not looking too good. Oh no. Of course, there's a wide body, but his isn't wide bodied. Rims. Oh, some interesting rims. Now, these are the best rims I could really find. I mean, of course, I know they're not exactly really close, but when we're working with the Crew 2, I don't think really close is actually a thing we're gonna get. And, oh, those mirrors are perfect. Okay. Is that the first thing that we've had that is, like, perfectly accurate? Yeah, those, and of course, of all things, they're just side mirrors. But yeah, that is probably the most accurate we could get that. Now, spoilers. Oh, no. That is a decently close spoiler. That is... What is that? Looking at all the bolts on that, that is the spoiler. That is the exact spoiler. Why does it look so bad? They've made it 10 times taller than it actually is. We're gonna have to go with that. And on the rear, it is, again, the same thing where it's this, essentially, but we need one big one in the bottom left. And are we even going to have that? No? This is going to be the least accurate one. I guess we're just going to have to stay with this, but this is actually the least accurate one. Let's try and get it to the perfect green. Now, we don't actually have the green as a stock color this time around. This is the first one where it's not actually a stock color, the color that it is in the movie, and I'd say that's close enough. However, I'm pretty sure the liveries that we choose, which, yep, straight away, would probably pick a better green. Now, to find the most accurate one. Am I wrong to say I prefer this one to this one? You know what? Yeah, I am. That one is nowhere near. This one is definitely a lot closer. And there you go. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, I forgot vanities. Okay, yes, blue smoke because of the blue colors on the thing. As you can see, obviously it's green, but we're going to put blue so it matches the actual, the design on it. Now, nitro-wise, now they use a lot of NOS in the movie. A lot of it. So I might go with dark cyan, so it's the closest we can get to that NOS style. And I don't believe it has an underglow. It does not that I can see. Blacked out windows again, of course, and there is that. And here we go, of course, like I said, NOS oh, that looks nice, yes. NOS plays a big part in these movies. I mean, not very accurate to how it is in real life. I mean, I say that, I'm playing the Crew 2 right now. Not exactly the most accurate thing to anything. Okay, I've hit too many things, I'm being overtaken. Tio's taking this shortcut with me, and we should be fine. The Mitsubishi Eclipse, again, it's actually not the same year one. Brian's is the 1995 version, and I believe this one is 1999, something along those lines, which means it is the closest by year that we have of all of these cars that we've created here today, yet the furthest in actual accuracy. What are the odds of that? This is actually the only car of the three we've done today that wasn't in the game at launch. This was an added car, actually. I don't actually think I can remember when it was added, but it was added later into the game. And yes, like I said, it is the first car you get to see in the Fast and Furious franchise. Kicks off the whole thing. The entire series is started by just this little Eclipse. It kicks off it all. And not only that, but it's featured in a scene where it races the RX-7. So, on that note, why don't we see who truly comes out on top? And here we are, the top of LA, where they do their drag races with Vintage Slam. His link will be down there in the description. But yes, like you guys know from the first Fast and Furious, the Eclipse and the RX-7 that I created, they iconically raced. So, I'm in the Eclipse, and Vintage, you can get into yours. The RX-7. What have you done to it? You've got the wrong livery on it.
You've stolen my car.
No.
You've absolutely stolen my car.
You made the wrong car. What has happened to you?
What do you mean what's happened to me? Look.
Oh, the vanities. Okay, well, at least you're in the... What is that? I'm not even gonna... No, you know what? Let's just get to the race.
It's the roof scoop. It's the roof scoop.
Yeah. Jealous. I'm definitely jealous. That's what it is. Okay, let's line up here. Here we go. Up against the white line. Now, what type of parts have you got on mine? Well, on yours.
I've got normal parts, no nitro-y parts.
Okay, so yeah, mine are also no nitro. Okay, we are gonna be racing to just as it goes onto the motocross track. The two white lines just before it goes from this long road to that. First one there wins. I'm not sure if that's a quarter mile. It's probably close, but here we go.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Revving.
Go on the sticker. 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
I'm cheating.
I'm gonna wait to use the NOS.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Oh.
Come on. Oh, no.
Okay, no, it looks a bit... Okay, wasn't paying attention.
Come on.
Wait, are you catching... No! Wait, what?
Let's go.
From where?
Easy victory, baby. The RX-7 wins.
I had it.
Let's go.
How have I unironically, accidentally, genuinely recreated the movie?
There you go. You was out in front, but
I nitroed too early, and you got me.
There you go. Easy as that. It's a big win for the RX-7, baby.
There you go.
Can you believe this? That Dom used to be in the tuner scene before he went to muscle cars.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Wrote a JDM for basically that entire movie. It was just like the end that he switched to the Charger, and of course against Brian's Supra, which you boys will see on the next episode.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
We'll probably bring in Vintage then too, boys, just to, you know, pit them up against each other. But yes, that's going to be about it from me. Thank you so much for watching, boys. Thank you to popular members. A special thank you to famous members. And an insane thank you to Icon member for the love of life.
We love you.
Alright. Hope you guys did enjoy this video because I enjoyed making it. And bit.
My heart spills, so I'm cleaning up a mess, yeah. Gotta go to church, feel the demons at my neck, yeah. When I'm on a pill, I be feeling like I'm blessed, it's a curse. When I'm on the drugs, I'm the worst, shawty. Tell me how it feels, tell me does it hurt. Tell me if it's wrong when I'm lifting up your shirt, shawty. Tell me if it's real, or would you leave me in the dirt?